Well, guten Tag, my name is Miss and I'm going to talk you through the AS and A2 French and German. So obviously on this planet, so many different languages are spoken. Unfortunately, there is the myth that English is spoken by everybody, but this is so not the case. Languages are such a perfect way to meet new people, to learn new cultures, and to learn about yourself really by learning about other languages. Speaking more than one language increases your brain capacity and it does improve your memory. As far as jobs are concerned, people who can speak another language can be paid more than people that don't. In a world where jobs are so competitive, it's important to get another language because it makes you stand out from the crowd and it increases your self-confidence. In order to access the AS or A2 courses, we would like you to have a minimum of a B at GCSE. Now, the big difference between GCSE and AS is that GCSE is mainly talking about yourself. So when we discuss the topic of family, you're talking about your family. Who's in your family? Do you get on? What your ideal family would be like. But then when you go to AS and A2, the same topic is studied, but this time there is more of a focus on the culture of the country of the language that you're studying. So you're studying the topic of family, but looking about the different types of families in France and Germany, looking about the different cultural advantages and disadvantages of family. At AS, there are two main topic areas. The first one is entitled Being a Young Person in France or German-Speaking Society. This covers many topics including family, modern values, friendships, youth trends. Now, youth trends is a big topic and covers many things like smoking, drinking, taking drugs, eating habits. We then look at personal identity and then education and employment opportunities. So we look at the school systems in both France and Germany. The second topic is entitled Understanding the French or German-Speaking World. Now, this is really going down into looking at the culture and heritage of the countries, but not just France and Germany themselves, but also any country where French or German is spoken. We look at literature, art, film and music. There is also the study of a film, and we do a lot of grammar. We do more grammar at GCSE nowadays. In order to succeed at AS, there is a much bigger emphasis on grammar. As far as assessment is concerned, there are two exams at AS. The first one is an oral. It takes between 12 and 15 minutes, but this does include preparation time, so the students aren't speaking for this entire time. Then the second exam is 2.5 hours long, but it is the listening, reading, translation and written text all in one exam. The big difference at AS is with the listening. Students are given their own individual CD players and their own individual CD so that they can listen to the recordings as many times as they like. They can rewind to a particular part, and it's really, really good for the students because they're totally in charge of their devices. It's also up to the students to manage their time in this 2.5 hours. They have the 4 different sections to do, but they can spend as long on each section as they require. With the written part, the essay, it's one essay of about 300 words on the film that has been studied in lessons. So in French, we study the film Le Havre, and in German, they study the film Barfuß. There's a choice of 2 titles on the paper. They only have to choose to write about 1. Then if we move on to A2, there are again 2 topic areas. The first one is entitled Diversity and Difference. Here we look at many different topics. We look at migration and integration. We look at marginalisation of different groups of people, whether it be the handicapped, whether it be the poor. We look at celebrating difference between the different groups in the society and discrimination and diversity. Then the second topic in French is entitled The Occupation and Post-War Years, where we look at life during the World War II in France, and then the second element, which is rebuilding and restructuring, so how life in France changed after the war finished. For German, they have a slightly different angle, and it's called The Making of Modern Germany, 1989 onwards. So obviously they look at the impact of the Berlin Wall coming down and how the culture changed in Germany. As far as assessment at A2, this time there are 3 papers. So the first one is a speaking exam, which is 11 to 12 minutes, but here the students research a topic of their own, they choose their topic completely, and they present their topic and discuss it. Students can choose any topic at all, something that's interested them in their studies or something that they're just studying or they've learned about outside of lessons. Then the second paper is a listening, reading and translation paper. This time the translation is from English into French or German. At AS the translation is from French and German into English, but at A2 it's English into French or German. Then the third assessment is the written paper. So this time in year 13 we study a book. In French we study the book called Le Bal, and in German they study a book called Zwei Ordner, and the fifth paper is one essay on the book. The essay is about 400 words, but they have an hour and a half to complete this assessed piece. So if we look at the skills and why you should learn a language, it really will help you to get a job. On this slide, I've included some quotes that our students actually said. So learning a language gives you a USP. It shows employers, it shows university entrance staff that you have communication skills. It shows that you're wanting to learn new skills, that you're willing to adopt a challenge, because as we all know, learning a language isn't easy. It also helps you to get a job within the European marketplace, and it does give you a competitive edge over opponents. Trying to get a job, trying to go to university is very competitive nowadays, and if you've got your language skill, it's really going to help you. Nowadays, when you look on the UCAS websites, there are over 7,000 different language courses. When I was at school, the only language courses available were just straight languages, so just French, just German, or maybe both. Whereas now you can do French and engineering, you can do German with maths, you can do French and economics. The courses available are there's a huge variation and very interesting. Nowadays, the UK trades with over 200 countries. So obviously, if you can speak a language where these countries are trading with, then that's going to help you. Employers want employees that have language skills. And learning a language increases so many different skills: communication, team working, presentation skills, problem solving, organisation skills, and so on. So it's not just about learning a language, it's about increasing your skill set. This is our current year 13 French class, and these were actually quotes that they said. As you can see from the photograph, our classes tend to be a lot smaller in languages, which is a huge advantage. In our current year 13 classes, in French we have 6 students, and in German we also have 6 students. In year 12 French we only have 3 students, and as one of our students pointed out, the support in class is phenomenal because of the size of the classes. There was a lot of information that I've just bombarded you with. If you have any questions or queries, then please feel free to drop me an email, b.dinnick@radyr.net. If your child is currently studying at Radyr, then please ask them to ask their French or German teachers any questions. We're here to help in any way possible. Thank you for your time and good luck with the whole option making process.